thought this was the right place to come. Why? Because cooperative movement hand is here in this school. You know, this country respects culture, and that's why even in the constitution, the issue of gender is there, is well articulated. And they say when you educate a culture, you have educated a community.
I want to encourage the young girls that they should also be patient when they are growing. There's nothing new under the sun.
And as the country joins the world in marking the International Day of the Girl Child 2024, the theme this year is a girl's vision for the future. This year, the theme is to listen to girls and invest in proven solutions, accelerating progress towards a future in which every girl fulfills their potentials. Now, let's listen in.
My name is Jen Anyango, the founder of Polycom Girls. I'm also a member of several networks within the country and outside, you know, globally, regionally. And today we are celebrating the International Day of the Girl Child, a day that has been set aside to check how girls are doing and to plan better for the girls. So in this country today, we are still looking at girls who drop out of school because they don't have school fees. We still have girls who struggle so much because their families cannot access water, just water to shower. We still have a lot of issues around period poverty. You know, we have made a lot of progress, but we're still so much behind. And the biggest challenge that we're having as a country is that we don't consult with the girls. We don't give them the opportunity to tell us their challenges and how we can solve these challenges. So this year we are talking about girls' vision for the future, and having the girls' vision for the future, it's important for us to listen to the girls. We can only polish the ideas that they have, but we can't think for them 100%. When I started my conversation with the girls, and just like any other Kenyan, I was thinking that pads is the problem. But the moment we introduced the talking boxes, where we install these boxes in schools and we encourage girls to write whatever they want and put in the boxes, what I noticed is that the girls are suffering from serious fungal infections. So you can imagine a girl who has really scratched herself, and then she's having her periods and the pad is there. You know, she's not able to sit in class. She's not able to do whatever she's doing. So it is very important to have these conversations with the girls so that as you're addressing the issues, you're addressing the root causes, and then we go up all the way. We don't just come as adults and assume that we know what is ailing the girls. And right now we are talking about Beijing plus 30. It is 30 years since women came from Beijing. And when women came from Beijing, it was just about women. It was now about women's rights. But now we have the girls as well. They are empowered enough to pursue and protect their rights. So it's important that as we are coming into Beijing plus 30, then we are giving the girls an opportunity also to be part of the conversation. I know at Beijing plus 25, Polycom, we were able to bring these young women who were 25 then, we call them Beijing plus 25 queens, to talk about the reason why we should bring girls into the conversation. If we are talking about reproductive health and we're just talking about women, then what are we talking about? We are talking about family planning. We are talking about, I don't know, responsible sexual, I don't know what. But when we are talking about girls, then we still have to listen. We listen, and if we want to bring the aspect of abstinence, which is still very much okay in some areas, or responsible sexual behavior, then we have to have the girls on board so that the issues that we are addressing are very pertinent to them.
Probably we have statistics nationally of girls dropping from school.
We know that in this country, the population of our girls, especially the adolescent girls, is far much higher than everybody's. So yesterday we had a conversation where we were talking about over 25 million girls still dropping out of school due to early pregnancy. And you know, when we are talking about defilement, then the way we define defilement, yes, it's that violent sexual aggression towards a minor. But do we address the aspect that some of these girls are sexually active? You know, so the comprehensive conversation should really come from as low as possible, so that we are also looking at them and telling them, hey, it's normal to feel sexual, but how do you carry out yourself? You know, when we're talking about menstrual hygiene, it's high time we stop talking about just the pads. We have girls who have cramps. We have a lot of things, a lot of challenges that comes with menstruation. So you can't just provide pads and think that girls are safe. And now when talking to our women legislators, we have walked the path before. We know the challenges. We know how painful it is. We know how destructive, it is during your menses. So let us have these conversations with the girls so that we are addressing current issues and not just addressing issues. You can't be talking about, can I say, girls using feathers today.
Well, and elsewhere, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers, KUSO, and the Kenya Union of Nurses in Nandi County have called off their 3-day strike following a return-to-work agreement with the county government. Nandi Governor Stephen Sang said the agreement will now end the health workers' strike, which had paralyzed health services across the 300 health facilities in the county.
We've had that engagement with our governor, and all the issues that we had have been resolved.
I urge the community, our community, and anti-community, the people who have been getting services in our LD facilities, in the dispensaries, that we are open as from tomorrow.
As workers, we need to sit together and amicably resolve our issues concurrently. We don't believe in going on strikes. Actually, strikes is a situation of our last resort. But when we have an open door policy, the way governor has shown us here today, and we want to thank him because ametuleta na tumekaa chini na tumeweza kuelewana.
Matatizo yale yote yalikuwa yameipuliwa na wahudumu wa afya, tumepata mwafaka ama njia ya kuweza kuyatatua.
And we have come to a conclusive agreement and agreed on a return to work formula together with the timelines on how to implement all the issues that had been raised by our unions and the members of our unions who are our staff.
And Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs Cabinet Secretary Ali Hassan Joho has assured families that from Kipini whose relatives were arrested and detained in Madagascar that the government has taken steps to secure their release and safe return back home. Speaking at a Kipini mangrove swamp in Tana River County when he presided over a mangrove seedlings planting and nurturing exercise, the CS put on notice lethargic government officers saying laziness will not be tolerated in his ministry.
Mimi nilisikitika kwamba juzi niliambiwa kuna vijana ambaye walishikwa Madagascar. Na nimesikitika kwamba nimesikia vijana wanatoka hapa. Sivyo? Mmoja anaitwa Karisa, Mohamed na Mbarak. Nimekutana na mzee hapa. Na mimi nimeambia hawa wafanyikazi wa serikali, especially hawa watu ya maritime, waache kulegea kwa kazi. Wajue hii wizara iko na waziri. Na wao ndio walikuwa wafaa wanaambia mimi mapema kuna Wakenya ambaye wameshikwa. Sio mimi kusoma kwa gazeti. Nafurahi kusema ndugu gavana na yule kakaangu mzee wangu, vijana saito wapangia mpango wa kurudi. Kwa uwezo Mwenyezi Mungu kama kesho kutwa watafika hapa na atakuwa tumesonga mbele. Na mambo ya bahari, kazi lazima ifanye nini? Ifanywe. Kwa sababu unakuta watu wanalaumu, serikali imewacha watu wetu Madagascar. Kumbe kuna mtu mmoja tu. Goi mmoja ankaa ofisini, yapigwa na air condition, ako na kompyuta hapo yuangalia TV tu.
And the efforts to promote other African cultures in Kenya is gaining traction following the Ghana Export Promotion Authority successfully hosting a vibrant Taste of Ghana Food Bazaar in Nairobi. The event saw hundreds of Kenyans eager to sample the diverse and flavorful delicacies from the West African nation. The event marked a significant milestone in ongoing efforts to promote West African culture in East Africa.
We can't thank the people of Kenya enough for the love that has been shown and the acceptance. And we are believing that even going forward is going to be more exciting for the trade house. And we are going to get more patronage because everything that was used here, everything that was served here can be found in the trade house.
I'm Luya, and in Luya, we don't use spoons. No, this one spoils the food. We use our fingers. When you are eating this one in Ghana is called, I don't know, fufu, but in Kenya we call it ugali, and in my language we call it ushuma. And we make a depression where we squat like this, and then we put in our mouth.
Well, and President William Ruto is currently attending the Episcopal installation of Wallace Ng'ang'a as the Bishop of the Military Ordinate of Kenya at the Ulinzi Sports Complex. Let's cross over and listen.
Lines the role of faith in strengthening patriotism, deepening national unity, and mobilizing citizens to selflessly undertake good causes. For this reason, the Episcopal installation of Right Reverend Wallace Ng'ang'a Gashihi as Bishop of the Catholic Military Ordinariate of Kenya is more than a routine change of stewards. We are here to witness and to celebrate the contribution of moral leadership in reinforcing unity, resilience, and strength for our defense forces. We are here also gathered to affirm our confidence that under Bishop Ng'ang'a, the military ordinariate will continue to provide our soldiers with essential spiritual support. Recognizing the high trust vested on the Kenya Defense Forces to defend the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our nation, and to the significant physical, moral, and personal challenges faced by our men and women in uniform in fulfilling their mission, we cannot deny or underestimate faith as a critical source of strength, pillar of motivation, and a basis for enduring resilience. Our presence at Bishop Ng'ang'a's installation underscores our commitment to support our forces in every way, including the provision of spiritual and pastoral sustenance necessary for their well-being and for their duty. In Kenya, we acknowledge the supremacy of the Almighty God of all creation, and therefore the recognition that protection of the freedom of worship is a fundamental constitutional guarantee. Like other fundamental rights and freedoms, it is freely available to all, including those who serve in our defense forces. Every soldier's right to practice their faith can only enable the KDF to maintain greater levels of discipline, not only because of faith, and not only because faith is an effective organizing principle, but also because we worship and serve God, who brings victory, abundance, and success to our nation. To ensure that our defense forces remain strong in every way, including physically and morally, faith-based support structures like the military ordinariate are critical in nurturing the values and organizational ethos that guide our men and women in uniform. They allow our men and women to be brave, to serve the nation, and with distinction, to undertake their responsibilities while staying true to their beliefs. We live in a highly dynamic world where faith and moral values are under constant challenge from skepticism, moral relativism, religious extremism, and even terrorism. Our institutions, communities, and nation have never required a solid ethical and spiritual foundation as they do today. Bishop Nganga's strong spiritual leadership enables our men in uniform and women to navigate their challenges guided by faith, grounded in integrity, and service for a higher moral cause. Throughout the life of our nation, the partnership between the state and religious institutions has been a cornerstone of our nation's strength. The Catholic Church is among the foremost of our partners and continues to complement national strategies to serve citizens in many sectors, including education, healthcare, and provision of psychosocial and pastoral services. I was particularly impressed when the Secretary for KCCB said the Catholic Church believes in support for the poor and vulnerable in our society. Because that is the essence of humanity, to be able to serve those who are underprivileged. Build on mutual respect, tolerance, and moral uprightness. This partnership anchors.
That we've come to the close of K24 Newscast. Many thanks for keeping me company. My name is Bentura Komboka and our sign language interpreter has been Walter Asewe. Do have yourself a good afternoon and a good weekend ahead. Bye-bye for now.
Catch every thrilling moment of the English Premier League. The German FA Cup.
Harry Kane scores! How many times have you heard that?
La Liga. Serie A.
Marcus Thuram! What a start to life in the Milan derby!
And all Manchester City games.
He goes and stones and high!
Live on K24. This season, K24.